Hey there, guys, and welcome to Get Going Fast, the place where we get into this excellent hobby of AI in sort of a quick and easy manner, and hopefully, which you kind of learned something along the way. And today we got a doozy for you. You're gonna love this. We're gonna be face swapping everything, any and everything using our ComfyUI. So we're going to be looking at our Reactor nodes over here. I'm going to teach you how to install something called Reactor. It is so powerful that they actually dropped it from GitHub and it has a new home now. So it's that good. And I'm going to show you how to take all of your Comfy workflows, your Wan2.1s, your Hunyuans, and how to face swap in there as simple as just a few clicks. It's going to really surprise you how easy this is. Okay, but I want to let you know that this is from a live stream I did earlier, so the quality of the video coming after this is not that great. It's not going to be as high quality. It's just like here you can see every every unshaven patch on my neck and everything. Here, the other one is going to be a little bit fuzzier, but the content is it is très bon. It's so good. Okay, oui, it's bon. So that's what I imagine they would say in France if they were watching my video. So we are going to go through that. Just know that that's happening. But before we do that, I do want to thank you so much for liking the channel and you liking the video, sharing it, subscribing, all that good stuff, hitting the notification so when it is done, calling up your parents for a while and just being like, guys, parents, I want you to know I've made a big decision in my life and there's somebody special. And they're like, oh my God. And you'll be like, it is Get Going Fast and AI. And I just want you to be happy for me. And I'm sure they will, because parents are so understanding like that. They just want to see their kid thriving, and we are thriving with AI. So very exciting times. All right, well, let's move on with this. Again, do remember the quality of the upcoming video is not that high, so bear with it, but the content is so good. It is so good. So, all right, we will move on here, and we'll see you at the end of this next little segment. Yo! So this is actually not that difficult. You can add it to pretty much any workflow you want here. Let's see, I've got some stuff over here that we're doing. So I just tried to make the same image, different faces. We're going to be able to do this with Hunyuan. We're going to be able to do this with Wan2.1. We're going to be able to do it with Flux. Really anything in this workflow, and it's really not that difficult. Okay, so we're going to be using something that's called Reactor. You guys have probably heard of that. It's actually quite powerful little ComfyUI node here. Okay, and they did recently take it down off of GitHub, but they went ahead and re-put it up on a place called Codeberg. So we're going to go Codeberg, and we're going to type Reactor. And we'll be able to find it under here under this Yorif ComfyUI thing here. So this is pretty much it. For those of you who have worked at all with ComfyUI, really the big thing that we're going to be covering here is just pretty much how to add nodes. So each one of these things is called a node, and they flow from left to right. Okay, and they it's kind of like wires. Like think like electricity. It's going from one and then out through another, and then you can follow the lines from left to right across there. And so what we're going to do is be throwing in some nodes that that add the Reactor face swap. So really not that difficult to do. So so groove-tastic on that. So I'm going to wait here for just a little bit, second longer, see if anyone else pops in. For some reason, my, like I said, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So for some reason, if I can't quite get the chat thing to show up the way it was, it usually show me how many people are watching, that kind of thing, and it's not doing that, but that's fine. Whatever. I'm just if you are watching, please do pop in and say hello. Okay. So let's go on here. What we're going to first do is start over here with a workfly. It'd be like a guy wearing that big suit. He's all workfly, you know. Anyway, let's go up here. We're going to click on this workflow, and let's just start with something easy. We're going to hit this browse templates, and let's go to image generation. Just simple. This is like your basic image generator, okay? And it's going to use one of these cruddy old, well, actually we could use anything really here, but we'll use this deliberate. That's a nice easy one. And let's pop something in here that just says, picture of a smiling lady, standing in front of the Smithsonian building. She's looking at the camera. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then we're going to walk into how to do all this. But let's say we do something like this, okay? So it's going to start over here on the left. It's got to load the model. It's going to flow through here. And then we're going to have, there's our pretty lady that it created. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is we want to face swap that. So anything that we create, we want to throw the image in there. We can do that later with image to image as well, but we're going to start with actually generating straight image. So to do this, we need to work with what are called nodes. Now, if you notice over here, when I right click, it brings up a map here, and here in the middle it's going to say add nodes, and there's all these different nodes. Now, if a lot of these I've installed manually, so your list will probably not be this long, okay? But this is effectively how ComfyUI works, is somebody writes some code, says, hey, I've got this cool workflow, and I've created this thing to make it work, and I'm going to pack it into what's called a node, and then you're going to have to install it so you can use my node, okay? What is it? You can pick your friends, and you can pick your nodes, but you can't pick your friends' nodes, or you can use your friends' nodes in ComfyUI as long as they put it in that correct format. So we're going to be looking for this one that's over here. It's called Reactor, but you aren't going to have it, okay? And you can find it by clicking on this manager button, but you can find old versions of stuff. So what we're going to do rather instead is we're going to pop back over to here to our Codeberg. So we're just going to type Reactor at the top, and we're going to say Codeberg. Okay, and then find that one by Yorif. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab the title up here. And then what we got to do is we got to open up a file explorer. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this file explorer over here. And let's see if this pops up for you. Hold on a second. Look at that, changed my cameras on us. That's weird. I wonder why I did that. All right, anyway, whatever. So let's put that to there. Pull this down to here. Okay, so from here what we need to do is we need to go find our ComfyUI folder. So mine is over here. Whoops, mine is over here actually. Okay, I'm going to go inside the ComfyUI folder, and you're going to see something that's called custom nodes. Okay, so this is where you're this is where you can pick your friends' nodes. Okay, so in here, once you're in here, all we got to do is go up to the top, and we're going to type git clone, and then paste that in. So git is the program that pulls software down or repositories down, and, you know, clone is what we want it to do, and we give it the address. So it goes ahead and it will clone it into there. Okay, real easy. Okay, I think that if you have a problem with git cloning, well, if you have a problem with git cloning, then you've got a problem with doing AI, because so much stuff we need to do is going to get cloned. But I think you can also download it as a zip file. So here, okay, so like over there, you can, oh, see, look at that camera moved again. So over here, you can download it as a zip file, and then you could just extract it if need be. Okay, so once you've got that in there, then what you want to do is you can click that manager, just restart your ComfyUI, and it's going to pop up like this, okay? So now all we got to do, this is really easy, okay? We're going to do this for all of our workflows. So you look through the whole workflow, okay? and you look for something that's got this image out. So even if it's a video, so video is just several images that are like a bunch of images that are put together, and it like a flip books through them to make it look like it's animation. It's like an image, 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 image. And you put them together and it goes. Whoop. So all of them should have an image, and I'll show you in some other workflows as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to hijack right into here, this process. So if we look at this workflow, we get the model. It runs up here to what we want it to make. This is our negative prompts, things we don't want. So it does all that. It runs it to the sampler. Okay, that's where it's actually going to start to do the generation. And it runs it over to this VAD code, and then it pops it out to our output. Okay, even with our video stuff, Wan2.1, Hunyuan, all that stuff, you're going to have an image out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to right click on this, and I'm going to click add node, and then I'm going to look for my reactor thing here. Okay, I'm going to click reactor, and then down here you're going to see one that says restore face. So let's click restore face. Let's make some room. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this line over here, and I'm going to put it right into there. Hey, how easy was that? Okay, and then now, you thought we were just going to connect this into here, but you would have been wrong. Okay, we're going to do another one. We're going to right-click, go Add Node, and we're going to go back to our Reactor, and then we're just going to grab this top one, Reactor Faceswap. Okay, so now we've added 2 new nodes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this input to input, image to image. So now this is going to flow. See, we just disconnected that. Now it's going to flow this way instead. But we still need to have the face that we're going to put onto the image. So we'll do that in a second. Let's move this out of the way. First thing we need to do is we need to click this model button. And you're going to see down here, it should say Code Former V0.1.0. So if you don't have that, you need to get that, and you need to download that. Okay, that will go into our file explorer over here, and I believe that will go under, which one of these will it go under? So you go under one of these folders. So I just got to find it really quick here. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. It'll go under this folder called Face Restore Models. So if you don't have a directory called that, you can just create one, and then you'll save it into there. Okay, so anyway, back over to here. You'll choose that, and then we'll go ahead over to this other one and do the same thing here, Face Restore Model Code Former. Okay, but now we got to give it a face to throw in there, yo. Okay, so what we're going to do is pull back a little bit, and I'm going to go up to here, and I'm going to click Add Node, and then there's going to be this image thing here. You don't have to do anything for this to be here. I'm going to go Image, and I'm going to click on Load Image. Okay, and it's going to pop up this box. So then I can find a face. Okay. So we'll use this one. Okay. So then if I grab Image, I can drag this all the way down to Source Image. And now what I've got is it's going to generate an image. Then it's going to take that generated image, throw it into here, and switch the faces with this image, and then it'll pop it out. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Girl standing in front of the Smithsonian. It's going to pop through here. It's going into the reactor. It's changing it, and there we go. We've changed the face. So now it has this gal's face on it. Okay? See, that was easy. Okay? We could change this out. Do the same thing. Run. Oh, that one's so small. Oh, that was no good. Let's do another one. So there you go. Okay, I think I've got a picture of Ella Purnell in here. Let's grab Ella Purnell. There we go. Let's do this one. And it'll take her face and it'll put it on the image. Sometimes these things you got to know there you go. So look at that. That's obviously Ella Purnell. Okay, so that was really easy. We just went ahead and put those in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at something else. Let's go ahead and go to I'm going to click open and let's grab another workflow. Here, hold on. Let's do an image to image, or I guess we could do a Flux one. Let's do a Flux one here. You can't see this, but I'm drilling through my workflow folder here. All right, let's pull this one up. So here's just a basic Flux model. Okay, and I'm going to have some errors. I'm going to have to fix this stuff, but let's do the same thing. What do? Look for the image. Where does it say image? Oh, there it is, it's image. So we're going to want to hijack that spot right there, okay? So what we'll do, same thing. Let's go add node, Reactor, restore face, okay? Now let's go grab this up here. Let's put our model onto code former, okay? And then remember we got to add this other one, add node, Reactor, Faceswap at the top. So then we're going to run this into here. Then we can run this over to our output, okay? Same thing, checking our model, make sure it's code former, but we still need to load an image. So add node, image, and then load image. Okay, so then we run that over to the source. Okay, same thing. So let's go ahead and grab Ella Purnell's face. And let's put something in here. We'll say a close-up. Let's say a headshot photo of a smiling, dark-haired girl with a Hello Kitty bow in her hair. Okay, now I'm going to get some errors here because we're going to have to set this stuff up, but it's fine. We'll click Run. Okay, so all we got to do is go in here and pick the right one. Okay, now we'll click Run. Same thing, it's going to go through here. You can see by these green squares where she's running. And we'll just wait here just a second. Okay, and it's taking a little bit long because we've got AI stuff going on. So let me turn off some of my AI stuff. Oops. Okay, so that's going to help, but it's going to degrade the image a little bit. I got so many resources going on my computer that it kills it. I hate to do this, but I'm going to turn this off as well. Okay, so you're going to see a degradation in the video and the audio of me, but you know, I'm the least important part of this. So hey, if you are here, by the way, go ahead and say hi and all that, because I can't see who's here and who's not here for some reason. So do go ahead and say hi. Okay, look at that. So it made a little girl, but that is definitely Ella Purnell's face on there again. Okay, so girl is, okay, it's good not to use the word girl. Okay, we'll use woman. Let's do another one. But look at that worked. That's actually her face. You can see that's her eyes. You see the lines underneath her eyes. Ella Purnell always has those weird, like she hasn't slept in 8 days looks on her face. So let's go ahead and let that do it up. Looks like there's a couple people watching right now. So again, go ahead and say hi, just so I know you're there. Would appreciate that. Okay, so there we go. That's actually kind of cute. Okay, so Ella Purnell, and that was just using Flux. So really, we're not doing anything to the generating process. All we're doing is, let's put Taylor Swift's face on it. All we're doing is we're just hijacking it at the end. We're saying create everything, and right at the end, do a face swap on it. Easy stuff. Easy peasy. Boy, she's adorable in that picture, I tell you. That's not so flattering. But there you go. There's Taylor Swift. Okay, so so you can play around with this, and then obviously you've got your settings over here. But let's get on to some bigger stuff here. Let's go open up. Let's go open up a workflow for Wan. Let's do a Wan image to video. So here we pop it up. Now this one, if you notice, this one already starts with a video, right? So you have like this chick, okay? And it's going to go in there, and this is flying straight into here, and then it's going to make this one create. So this one, we're going to do the same thing. Notice we've got an image here. We're going to take off there. Even though we've got a couple different places that are running images, we kind of want to hijack that image right from the start. You could try doing it this way, but then it's going to go through each one of them. I mean, you would try it whatever way you want, but I don't think we need to worry about it because we're going to hijack it right here. So let's go ahead and right click, and we're going to go add node, and then we're going to click Reactor, and let's go down to our restore face. Same thing, this one, let's go to here. Okay. Add node, Reactor, Faceswap. Okay, so then same thing, we'll go to here. Then we'll pop that into there. And then lastly, we need to go ahead and get another load image. So we could do the load image again, or we could just right click on this and go clone, and it creates another one. So with this one, now we go over here, grab Ella Purnell's face, throw that bad boy into source, throw it into source. And then again, make sure we've got code former set. Now this one will take a little bit longer because it's a video, but we'll see if we can do it here anyways. So let's go up here, and we're gonna change the prompt. We'll say a girl with pigtails smiles and plays with her hair. Okay, and I think this is about as low as we can make it. This is pretty low steps. So let's go ahead and we'll click run. I got to fix a few things here. So the reason it does this is because, not that you don't have the models, but because it's not in the exact format. It's not written the exact same way. So this will just take a second. I'm going to check back over here, see if we've got anybody. Again, it says we've got 3 people watching, so please do go ahead and say hi so that I know you're here. I cannot see the chats in my streaming software for some reason, so go ahead and say hi. Okay, we're going to let this run. It'll take a little bit longer. Let me know also if this is streaming slow or if it's working. Might check it out over here. I'm going to do some really quick background check here, see if this is working. Okay, that seems to be working good. All right, it's fine. So this is loading up. In the meanwhile, while we're waiting for this, do feel free to go to YouTube Music sometime and do a search for Jim Day and the Better Stories. And I got all sorts of good music here that you can listen to. I got this song here about a cowboy whose self-driving truck leaves him behind.
Well, I was born to ride the range with a pickup truck that's high-tech and strange. Got a self-driving Ford with a mind of its own. Guess I should have known it wouldn't stay home. She left me in the dust, took off down the road. Didn't even glance back, didn't even slow. Guess AI's got dreams just like you and me.
So there you go. So you can always check that out. That is fun stuff. Let's go back over to here. That helps out too every time you listen to it. That's good music. I've been writing music for, oh, I don't know, over 10 years now. Used to perform in the bars and all that kind of stuff, and didn't turn out too great. So I just focus on doing my music at home these days. So let's go ahead. This should be done here. Oh, there we go. There's Lawless Legend. Oh, good. So I can't see you. Thank you, Lawless. Good to see you. Yo, welcome. If you guys got any questions about this, be sure to ask. Glad to see that that's working. I wish I could respond back to this properly. At least I can see it. At least I know that's working. So all we're really doing is we're grabbing these workflows and we're throwing in Reactor nodes. Again, while we're waiting, we'll kind of go over this again. We went to Codebird and we found this is the new home of Reactor. Okay, really powerful stuff. I've actually gone through this and recreated each one of these things. You can do the same thing. It's kind of a nice, easy way to learn, okay, how to do this. But what we did is we just went ahead and grabbed the code up here, and then we popped on over to our file explorers and we git cloned we git cloned it over there. Then we popped back over to our thing here and opened up our workflow. So I think the first one, we've got several workflows. You can open up multiple things here. Oh, this is one I was working on before. So while this is loading up, oh, here's another one that I did. This is using Hunyuan, and maybe what we'll do is we'll just go through this so save us some time. But this is our Flux ones over here. Again, all we're doing is just grabbing wherever the image is coming out, throwing a Reactor node there to bust it up, then going over to here and then back out again. So we use two nodes to do that. Okay, now if I could find my way back to the one we were working on. Looks like I've lost. Let me go ape here for a second. There we go. All right, that got a little bit big on you there for a second. It's not, wasn't showing me everything up here. Up top, you get all of your open workflows. And for some reason, I can't see them all when my screen's not expanded. But let's see. Okay, looks like it's done. Okay, so that's a little bit scary. So Ella Purnell, obviously, again, you can tell by the eyes there. Okay, this was the original image, and let's see what happens here. Okay, so that was an image to image. Good, you know, that's image to image with a face swap on it. Now we could always go in here and you can play with your Reactor nodes. Where did our Reactor nodes here go? Oh, here they are. And you can change your strength on these. Your weights. You can put the weight up higher. You can just play around with stuff. There's another one under here called under your add nodes. You go Reactor and it's options. It's got a few more options that you can play. Actually, it doesn't. Oh yeah. Okay, don't worry about this one. Actually, forget I even said that. I'm hypnotizing you now. You're forgetting I even mentioned that. But you can play around with these, okay? And you can figure out how to make them even stronger, okay? So I guess lastly what we'll do, I'll just, instead of running it, because it's going to be a long wait, let's look at this Hunyuan one over here. Now, Hunyuan is one of the greatest text, it's probably the greatest text to video. The image to video with Hunyuan is really bad. This is why we use Wan2.1, but the text to video is off the chart. Okay, so this is what the workflow looks like. Okay, so again, what we did was, well, let me actually show you what it looks like normal. So let me close out some of this stuff. And I want to show you, this was another image to video one, but let's go ahead and close that out. Let me show you what it looks like normal. So we'll go back to my workflows. I organized everything under a folder called workflows, and then I put Wan or Hunyuan or whatever. So, okay, so let's say here's our basic Hunyuan text to video, right? So we go here, down here is where you type in whatever it is you want to create. It flows up to the sampler. The sampler goes over to this decoder. decoder goes over to the video combine. So in other words, what happens is this creates, 100 or 80 or whatever, however your number of frames, it creates all those images, and then it throws all of them to this node called video combine. Okay. So you go over here, and this is where we're going to want to hijack. I'm actually going to turn the, let me see if I can actually increase my sound quality here again, now that we're not generating anything. Give me just one moment. There, I should sound better now. Oh, whoops, let's do this. Okay, so getting back to this. All right, there we go. So we want to hijack it here. So what we're going to do is, same thing, we're going to right click, and we're going to go add node, reactor, then we're going to click restore face. Okay? Put that to there, change our model to code former. Then we do another one, right click, add node, reactor, and we go face that one. Okay? Same thing. So we just slide that into there. Okay? Change our model, code former, and then we go out to images. Now we still need our source, so we're going to have to add a new one. We go add new image, load image. Okay, so then we get our face. We go find our L or Pernell or whatever. Okay, and then we put the source. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, and then you can arrange this however you want that makes more sense to you. Okay, so now, whereas before it was going to the decode straight into the combine, it's going to send each one of those. So say you've got 80 images, it's going to send one by one them through here, and it's going to change the face on all of them. Now, we're not going to do this because it's going to just take too long with the stuff going on. But again, you can see over here, we did that. I threw in my friend over here, and I created a thing that says, a young woman walks along the road and she looks at the camera and smiles. It's as if the camera's following her in the car and documenting her walk. Her face is clearly seen, she smiles. Okay? So it did the same thing. Hijacked it, ran through here, goes through here, all the way down to combine, and there she is. Isn't that beautiful? That's great, huh? That's really cool. So you can actually generate a Hunyuan video with the face that you want on it. That's really cool. Reactor is extremely powerful. You can do this with any workflow. So whatever workflow you get, okay, the key thing is look for the image output. Create 2 reactor nodes, put it into the put it into there, put it out to there, and then down. Okay, anything. That's easy. I mean, that's incredibly powerful, isn't it? If you've got, you work on video to video. I don't know if I have a video to video workflow. Let's see if I have a video to video, V to V. Okay, let's look at this one. Assuming we're going to load a video. Okay, it's going to go to resize, so it's going to break it down into images. Out to here, it's going to flow it over to here. There's your video combined, so it's going to do everything to it. So you would just go to here to your video combine, throw your reactor nodes in here, have it, instead of running straight there, this would run to your reactor node, which runs to your reactor node. You'd have a load image, which goes into there, and then it would pop out to there, no matter what workflow you have. I mean, Reactor is that powerful. So, okay, well, I hope that was helpful to you guys. I wish that I could have interacted with you a little bit better on that, but I think that you guys get the gist of it. If that was helpful for you, let me know. You can always send me a super sticker, and that throws a couple bucks in my pocket. Keeps me going down the road, keeps my dogs from getting too sore. And hit us up on the Discord. You're welcome to come over and share the Safe for Work stuff that you're working on. Would love to see it. Come find us on getgoingfast.pro. Each one of these things we used here, we've got quick installers, model managers. So if you want to run Wan2.1, you want to be running Hunyuan, dude, we got you covered. We got a model manager. You just click, say, I want to install this into my already existing Comfy workflow. These are the models I want. Oh, I tried those models. I don't want them. Delete them. Get the new ones. So that handles all of that for you. Okay, and we would love to see the stuff that you're working on. So In the meanwhile, I'm going to sign off here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Do be looking for us. I'm probably going to take this video and I will turn it into more of a just a normal video on YouTube. It's not just a live stream. Oh, and remember on Mondays, we have our newsletters. So Monday, if you're a farmhand, you can be part of or you're farmhand or above, that's a membership, you can be part of our flagship project. And then on Wednesdays, we're going to have live question and answer. So store up your questions, store up your problems, come meet us up on the live stream on Wednesday, and we will cover what we can. All right, you guys hang in there, be good to each other, and as usual, we'll catch you on the other side. Yo!